Here's what I propose. Shadow government. What is shadow government? Well, shadow government is just that. It's popular in other cities. I like to tell you I made this up, but I didn't. After all the race riots in the 60s, look at this, in the 60s, in Chicago, San Francisco, where they really tore up the city, they created shadow governments because nobody trusted anybody. They created committees to just pay attention to their elected officials. And that's all I want us to do is I want us to go out to our neighborhoods, to our different districts. You know the first district I called that jumped right on it? Hyde Park. Let me tell you about Hyde Park. I love those people. I love the people of Hyde Park. There's a proud heritage there. There's a lot of famous people that came out of Hyde Park. But let me tell you about Hyde Park. They asked me to help. They asked me to get involved, and I got involved. And I did things for them, and I made things happen. I put them on the map. There are people in Hyde Park that don't want to move. There are people in Hyde Park, and they'll be the first one to tell you, we know we're poor, but we own this. This is ours. Don't take it from me. There's a lady I went and saw, God bless, the most precious woman I've ever seen in my life. And she said, my husband worked for your family for years. And he took a block a week home and built this house by himself with his own hands with blocks he got from Mary Brothers Brick and Tile. They gave them to him. And they wanted to pay her less than $10,000 for that house. And she's got a paid-for house. Where can she go and live? And they wanted to tear that down and give her nothing and no place to go. The people in Hyde Park, the best people in the world, they're proud. They're proud of their city. They're proud of the community. But they got the same problems you do. They deserve the same services that we do. But they say, the project's here. The hill is here. We're here. We don't want to, if we leave here, we got to go to the project. We're property owners and we're proud of it. Great people in Hyde Park. I've been to Mr. Pete's barbershop. I've been to Mr. Whitehead's. I've been down and sat with Nora Roberts. I've been with Don Davis. I've walked. I've looked at the houses. And let me tell you what else. Swear to God, true story, and Andy was there. I got Hiram Thompson to agree to tear down houses for free in Hyde Park. For free. I got A&W Oil to donate the fuel for free to tear down houses in Hyde Park. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. But what do we got? We still got shacks sitting there. Drug, methamphetamine labs. Let me tell you how dangerous nuisance property is. Swear to God, true story. My wife was in the hospital. She's been very sick. She was in the hospital for a long time. And I was at Doctor's Hospital, and I got to see a little child who was severely burned. Severely burned. 80% of her body. And I called her pouty face because she always had a pouty face. Parents had a crystal meth lab in an abandoned house. Lab blew up, child got burned. 80% of her body. Scarred for life. All we had to do was tear the house down. All we had to do was tear the house down. I want a shadow government. I want to go to the different districts, and this is a huge undertaking. I'll tell you right now, I'm probably going to fail. But let me tell you something, I failed for 10 years, but I'm still trying. I don't know what it's going to take, but if this fails, hell, I'll try something else. I will not. I stood before the commission 10 years ago, and I said, my resolve to fix this government is absolute. There's no deviation. Absolute. You face death in the eye, and you stand in front of the man, he goes, what did you do? I can say, I tried really hard, but I failed. But I'll never know those cold and timid souls that never tried. Next slide. Review the city charter. I talked to the mayor, he's agreed to do this. I didn't want to blindside him. There's huge ambiguities and useless ordinances, and this thing is 10 years old, and it needs to be reviewed. We're losing, what, $8 million? And we're not going to look at the cancer that's causing it? Next one. Leadership Augusta, I'm making a challenge to you right now. Get off your brains and you've got the committees already formed, you've got the literature already put together. Go. Next week, Leadership Augusta, I want somebody to report back to the city that we're reorganized, we're invigorated. But are they going to do it? I don't know, but I'm challenging them today to start the work they started 10 years ago, and don't waste our money or people's time, because that's what you've done. Don't let the leadership of Augusta keep you from your goal of Destination 2020. We've already lost 10 years. Leadership Augusta, I'm calling you out. Next thing. We want commissioners as a whole to represent the community. Why is this so important? I want you to look who's buying up property in Bethlehem community. Just do it. Go to the tax books and look what names are buying up property in Bethlehem community. But some commissioners want to pump money. And wait, what does that mean if I bought property and they improve it and then, wait a minute. Oh, then we got the ANIC. Oh my God, how much money has ANIC received? Well, let's say they got $20 million, of which they owed $5 million to the Golf and Guards, and they stiffed them. Fact, that's how they got through the legislature. $5 million, they got one for the parking lot. I think ANIC still owes them $4 million. Okay? What's going on with ANIC? They got $20 million. That area is a 5.5 square mile area, and I believe they got, and Johnny, if I'm wrong, help me, they got $60 million in low interest loans. It ought to look like Westlake. My God. So the shadow government, the purpose of the shadow government is I want to encourage citizens to get involved and just say, I'm thinking about running for office. I'm not comfortable, but let me sit on the shadow government and let me monitor my commission's activity. I'll learn the ropes, I'll learn how it works, and then I'll decide if I want to run for office or not. It's a beautiful plan, it will work. But it's also going to create some accountability for our commissioners. And then I want District 10 to meet District 1 shadow government or citizens that sit on that body, the Commission Advisory Board. And I want District 2 to meet with District 8 so that everybody will get a feel for how the city's doing. So the people on the hill will know what's going on down in Hyde Park. The people in Hyde Park will know the problems that are facing the people on the hill. And we have just as many problems. We have just as many break-ins. We got kids that are on drugs. Okay? So the method to my madness is the shadow government. And I hope, pray to God it works, because I'm going to work real hard at it. But my Hyde Park friends have jumped in. My South Augusta friends have jumped in. My West Augusta friends have jumped in. And what I'm asking people is just host a meeting at your house or at a town center near you, and let's get together. Nobody's going to be the head yet. We're going to see who's interested, and then we're going to elect somebody from within, and then we're going to pull it together. Every bit of this came from my heart, guys. I burn up a lot of energy doing this. Remember, there's no upside. And yes, I have been shot at. Yes, my mailbox has been torn up. Yes, I've received threatening phone calls. Yes, 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 yes. Everything, when Helen Blocker Adams, she received threats, is true. These people play for keeps. Let me tell you, in my business, I have a bunch of securities licenses. Swear to God, I'm telling you the truth, they're playing for keeps. I was turned over to the SEC for an audit. If they found one thing in my files out of order, I'm out of business. And you tried to hurt my family. Gloves are off. I'm going to close with thank y'all. I wish more people would come. Please talk it up. I've got some index cards here. Somebody